Ryan, if you can hear me, there is no audio.
On your personal career goals and people of the Black community to get into tech. The question is, what has made us so successful? We have been able to master the art of bridging the gap between the classroom and getting a job so that you hit the ground running from the very first day. And some of the strategies we have put in place to achieve this includes: number one, CV review sessions. Now, this is where you stand out from the competition with a tailored CV that highlights your skills and achievements. Number two, LinkedIn optimization. That will help you optimize your profile, ensuring that it reflects your newly acquired skills and attracts the biggest and the best organizations. Number three is Upwork optimization, depending on your personal career goals. For those interested in freelancing or remote work opportunities, would guide you through the whole process of optimizing your Upwork profile. Number four is navigating the job market. Sessions would help you with insider knowledge and strategies to navigate the job market, from identifying the best job opportunities to crafting compelling cover letters. Number five, references and recommendation letters would support your transition journey by helping you build credibility and enhance your job application and reference with recommendation letters. Number six is interview preparation. Would conduct mock interview sessions to help provide valuable feedback and boost your confidence so that you can showcase your skill during the interview. And number seven is the weekly mentorship session. This is where you receive invaluable feedback and guidance and support every week. Our experienced mentors will provide personalized feedback, industry insights to help you navigate any challenges you might encounter at any point in time. So why haven't you signed up for any of our programs? Join us this month. Let's help you get into tech. Cheers, everyone.
All right, so I believe that we can hear me clearly. Hello, everyone. How are we doing? How are we doing today? Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are joining us from. So can we hear me? Are we good? Can we hear me?
Everybody, my name is Adeza
Confirm that you
Suleiman,
can hear me
and I'm the
clearly.
founder of Tenalytics.
Yeah, clearly hearing you.
All right. So just give me a moment. Let me just quickly pull up my slides. Okay, so let's see. All right, so welcome everyone to today's session. I am Etiogena Baima. I am a senior data associate here at Tenalytics. And before we get all serious with the topic that we have for today's session, I know some persons are extremely hyper and excited. Oh, how exactly can we leverage AI? The buzz about AI, all of the friends that are around, oh, AI is going to replace us, it's going to show up one morning and then we'll be out of our jobs. Okay, so we're going to see AI play an important role in analyzing what public health data. So with me today is another of my wonderful colleague, Olawale Adesina. So hi, Olawale, how are you doing today?
Hi, Brahma. It's nice to have you here. And hi, everyone. I hope you enjoy your time with us today.
Okay, so thank you very much, Olawale. So before we proceed, I want to ask, where exactly are you joining us from? Right, so if you are joining the call, I need you to mute your audio so you don't distract and then you'll be able to listen and follow along. So can we hear me clearly? Oluwaseun is saying the sound output is not too good. So kindly confirm that you can hear me clearly. Okay, so I need a response in the chat. Hello guys, can we hear me clearly? I need a yes. Okay, just from Leslie. I need more responses. What's happening? We are yet to learn. So I need the enthusiasm, right, to be burning from us. Interesting. So now I can feel the energy. Okay, so before we jump into today's session, I want to know, where exactly are you joining us from? Because that's like the amazing thing of you being where you being in an online training session, right? So you get to interact, you get to talk, you get to speak with different people, right, from various locations. So Leslie is saying she's joining from Spain. That's interesting. I need more responses, guys. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? I need us to comment. Right. So let's see. Let's see. Wisdom from Abba, Nigeria. So yeah, Abba made wisdom. So I can see iPhone 61 from UK, Kunle from UK. I can see Amzat from or rather Gideon from Ghana. Please, I need more responses. Then please answer she's joining from Delta State. We are like 33 on this call. I can see Ruti from Abuja, Nigeria. I can see Juliet from Port Harcourt. Timmy from, are you sure you're not seeing me? Shouldn't be worried. All right, so welcome everyone to today's session, and we are going to be learning a lot, right? So first of all, I want you to prepare your mind, right? Because I have this saying that if you are enthusiastic and then you are open to learn, okay, you are going to excel. That's just the truth. All right, so let's just quickly jump into today's session, right? I need more responses in the chat. Okay, so just give me a moment. Let me pull up the slide. All right, so I believe that we are good to go. Okay, so I believe that we are good to go. All right, so our topic for today, leveraging the power of AI as a data scientist, right? Analyzing public health data using Python and ChatGPT. So let me just mention that's one of the interesting things, all right, of you being a data scientist, of you being a data professional. You are very, very flexible. Okay, so Chiamaka, I need you to calm down and listen into this session. Okay, so we are here to learn. I need you to calm down and follow along with the class, and we'll have a section for all of your questions and queries. Okay, and then we'll respond to that. So as I was saying, I need the one in the chat if you are following me. I need to know that you have not left me behind. I need more responses, guys. Come on, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? I need a one in the chat if you are following me. Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? It's just Gideon that is returning the energy this evening. Every other person is just leaving me behind. Okay, so just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. All right, so Oluwaseun, I think I'll have to call you at this stage. Right, so just give me a moment. Let me quickly fix something, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, so additional, can you hear me? Olawale, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can.
All right. So I need you to give me like 2 minutes of your time, then I'll be back on the call.
All right, awesome. All right, guys, nice to have you here. My colleague will be back shortly. She's still sharing our screen. All right, awesome. So if you heard about Tenalytics before, can you type a yes in the chat? I want to know people that have been here before and people that are just, or if you're hearing about Tenalytics for the first time, kindly type yes in the chat. And also, by the way, I need to let you know, if you want us to send you the recording of what we're doing here today, then my colleagues on the call will be sharing a form where you register as a participant. Then you're going to get a recording of everything we're going to be doing here tonight. All right? So I promise it's going to be an awesome experience. This is probably your gateway into becoming a data analyst.
All right. So apologies
you
for
back?
that. Yes. So I believe you can hear me clearly now.
Very well.
Okay, so we'll be jumping. Thank you very much for that, Olawale. So we'll be jumping right to today's session. So as I was saying, there's always this buzz about AI is going to replace us. AI is going to take away our jobs. But I need you to know that there's the flexibility that comes with you being a data professional. All right, so you have the ability to work in different fields. Okay, so not just in health now, right? There's the educational sector, there's the finance sector. You have learned all those skills required for a data professional. All right, but you are now applying that to a specific field, right, or a sector. So that's what we'll be doing in today's session. Okay, so just follow me closely. All right, so moving forward, who we are at Tenalytics. So our goal solely is just to ensure that Africans people of the Black community. Okay, so irrespective of your background, irrespective of you reading anatomy, psychology, or any other course, you can effectively transition, right, with the right guidance into the tech industry. Okay, so that's just our sole goal. And we do this via a couple of a variety of courses such as data analytics, business analysis, data science, financial analytics, HR analytics, Scrum Master, cybersecurity, and also if this is your very first masterclass, welcome to today's session. All right, and you are going to be learning a lot. Now, moving forward, these are the founders of Ten Analytics. So we have Adeza Suleiman, and then we have Efemina Ito. So these are professionals. Okay, so they've gone around and they've noticed that there's a gap between Africans. So mostly when you see Africans in diaspora, it's either they have like a care job or they're doing menial stuff to survive, right? So they now took it upon themselves to ensure that they bridge the gap, and then you can acquire that tech skill. Okay, so you need to know that you're speaking to professionals that have experience and saw the gap and derive the need to fill that gap. Okay, so moving forward, this is myself and this is Olawale, right? So Olawale is the CMSO here at Analytics, and I'm senior data associate at Analytics for the data science program. And I like to use myself as an example a lot, right? So I have a degree in structural engineering, and then I am into data science. So look at it. Yes, you would say structural engineering is technical in terms of calculus, in terms of all of the computations I did, right, back in undergrad. But I was able to transition. So I say this, if you set your mind to do something, trust me, you are going to excel under the proper guidance. All right, so moving forward to what we are going to be doing today. Today's session is going to be hands-on, practical, and everybody on this call, whether you like it or not, you must follow me. That's just compulsory. I will drag you. You must follow me, right? Because I want you to learn. I want you to see that, there are a lot of possibilities. You just need to what? You just need to dedicate your time and your resources, right? And be intentional, right? I say this to all of our participants. You taking that step, right? It's a new year. You want to achieve this goal. You want to reach this certain height, right? But you being intentional, you being deliberate about acquiring those skills. That's what separates you from the crowd. All right. So moving forward, the first thing that we're going to be doing, right, leveraging AI in the healthcare sector as a data scientist. Then we are going to be telling you the pathway to becoming a data scientist and then securing a job. And we'll give you an overview of our course starting on the 3rd of February and also our 10 Analytics Growth Internship Program. Because the thing is, if you, let's say, are joining into tech, right, you're transitioning into tech for the first time, and you don't have, let's say, you don't have something that shows that, you've actually worked, or you don't have like a project base, so they will know that, I am employing this person and he or she is capable of what? Delivering for the job that I have, right? So that is what your internship does for you. So you are collaborating with the data analysts, the data engineers, and the business analysts, and then you're working on a case study, like on a real life case study. So you see how exactly this is done in the real life, and that's how you learn, because you can now confidently speak that, during my time, right, interning in analytics, right, this is what I learned. We implemented this, we followed this strategy, and then we successfully we met our project deliverables. All right, then we are going to be telling you about our special discounts. Okay, and then you see our previous participants that have gone over this training program and they were successful. Okay, so we'll be jumping right in. Before I proceed, I want to ask, are we following me? Have we left me? Are we good? Because I love a very, very interactive session. So are we good? Are we good? Are we good to go? Are we good to go? Are we ready to use Python and ChatGPT? I need the energy in the chat, guys. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I need more responses. Come on. I need more responses. I need more responses. Interesting. Yes, yes, yes. That's nice. That's nice. So let's keep it coming. Yes, yes. All right. So we're moving forward now. Now, I want to ask, this is a question for all of us. I want us to answer. How was you see the way this guy is looking at you with bombastic side eyes, right? How was your COVID year? What happened during COVID? I need us to drop our comments in the chat. What do you think? How was your COVID year for you? Were you like quarantined alone, or were you with family, or were you with village people, or I need a response in the chat, right? Because I'm going somewhere. So you stayed at home alone. That must have been very, very intriguing, routine. So I need more responses, guys. How was your COVID year? Because I'm leading us to somewhere, right? We have a direction, and I want us to follow me closely. Okay? So guys, I need more responses. How was COVID for you? Only Kelechi, Ruti, and then Moni Jesu have sent a message in the chat. But I want us to respond. I want us to respond, guys. How was COVID for you? Let's see. Was at home taking photos with my neighbors? Interesting. So I can see it was challenging. Exploring online courses. That's like an intentional person there, Adam. All right. But just follow me closely. I want to paint a scenario for us. Wisdom is saying COVID year was boring. Interesting. Come on, like you had a time to yourself to communicate with your family, to bond with them. Fanilo is saying new opportunities, busy working out day and night. So just follow me closely. I have a scenario that I want to paint, or rather picture for us. Okay, so moving forward now, right? You know, during COVID, we had regulations, right? They'll tell you that these are the regulations for COVID, right? So you don't like get contacted with the virus and all. All right. So I can see some messages in the chat. Like, I wish I learned a lot, right? I was working online, new opportunities, but that's perfectly okay. So my former office was shut down and I had to work from home. Interesting. That must have been tiring. Okay, but I want us to follow me closely. Now, one of the COVID regulations was washing your hands, right? We can affirm to that. Then you have to wear a nose mask. Then you have to social distance. That you have to be intentional about being 1.5 meter away from the next living being. All right. But I want to ask, as Nigerians, during the COVID year, just follow me closely. Just picture this scenario. During that COVID period, if somebody, right, had like a slight headache or a body temperature, what do you think will happen? What do you think will happen? I need us to drop a response in the chat, guys. Right? You know, there was all the old friends about, oh, okay, you have the virus. If, let's say, there's a slight change in temperature, right? What do you think that person will do? I was still want to say malaria. Interesting. I need more responses, guys. Remember, I said I love a very, very interactive session, right? So I can see the person is a suspect and will be distant. He or she is a suspect. COVID. I need more responses, guys. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. They'll think it's COVID. They'll think he or she is a suspect. Okay, so now coming back to the scenario that we are following. You know the way Nigerians are naturally oriented. I don't know if it's because of the environment that we live in or the social way the country is. Right? Let's say Nigerians during that period, and let's say that person noticed that they have a slight headache, like they will go into panic mode. And I don't know if it was different for you guys, but there was a lot of superstitions around, oh, to avoid this, if you have like a slight increase in your body temperature, if you have like a slight headache, first thing that you need to do, you need to what? You need to take malaria drugs. Okay, that's what I believe that was what iPhone 61. I think you have to rename yourself though, but that's what she mentioned, right? They would say, oh, you need to take Yoruba lemonade. So who can recall what's it called again for the Yoruba guys? What's that stuff that they mix together, right? Now they will tell you that, oh, you need to take garlic and ginger. Exactly. Israel is saying enough salt was trending. Okay, so you just have a slight headache or you have like a slight increase in body temperature, let's say from you being stressed or working all day, they will social distance you. They'll give you malaria drugs. They'll give you garlic and ginger. Then there were a lot from bitter cola to sanitizing you, right? So to them taking you for deliverance. Now this is picturing the typical Nigerian scenario, okay? And they'll give you like a lot of unnecessary drugs. And then from what Israel mentioned, they'll give you what? They'll give you salt water. All right, but now you cannot attest to the fact that this person has what? Has COVID. All right, the person just has a slight headache or a slight increase in temperature. But remember, I mentioned the way Nigerians are oriented, and because of the buzz that was around, people contacting COVID, they want to what? They want to try all possible means to eliminate it. All right, now follow me closely. What if there was a way that you had to, let's say, check your body vitals, right? Check your body, that's information about your body temperature, what your current BP is, right? Your blood level and the rest, right? And then you'll be able to detect if that person has COVID, right? If that person has COVID or if that person does not. So now picture it, what if there was a way, right, with all of your body vitals and all, you are able to decipher if that person has COVID or if that person does not, instead of going through the process of taking all of this dramatic stuff. So that's where the aspect of artificial intelligence comes into play. Right, so this is in a broad stem, right? In the broader scope of what AI means, it's just what having machines that would mimic human intelligence. So now in this scenario, right, after getting your body vitals, your let's say your blood level, remember the various features I mentioned before. Now you will now feed this into a model, right? That's us streamlining to the aspect of machine learning. And that's like a subset of what? Artificial intelligence, where we learn based on what? Data, right? And then use it to what? Predict what is going to happen. Right? So don't let it confuse you. Don't let it be a very big term or let it be overwhelming. No. Right? It's just that if, I know that I follow a particular route when I'm going somewhere, when I'm going to the shop, when I'm going to, let's say, church or to a store, or when I'm going out, right? So if somebody wants to, or if I go and ask, or a friend of mine is being asked, where do you think Brima will follow, right? Which route is she going to take when she is going out of her house? So you would confidently say, she's going to take this route. Why? Because you have noticed that, the trends that she has from the past years or from all of the past outings that she has had. So that's the same way, right? The aspect of now machine learning that is sub of what? AI, right? So we understand that, due to your body vitals and everything that was taken, that was jotted down, right? So based off trends that has happened, right? And based off what we fed, we trained our model, which will be able to predict what is going to happen, right? Now, in this context, if the person is has COVID, or if the person does not have COVID. So that would have saved you all of the stress of drinking a lot of salt water, right? Or going from water to deliverance, right? Or you being placed under a lot of tension. Okay, so moving forward, I want us to follow me closely. Okay, so now leveraging AI in healthcare, right? So how exactly is artificial intelligence relevant to all of us? So before we proceed, I need a response in the chat. I feel alone. Here. Are we good? Are we following me? Are we good, guys? Are we good to go? It's just Majid that is responding to me, and then Kelechi, every other person who
Yes,
quarrel. Thank you. That's nice. I need more responses. Are we good? Are we good to go? Interesting. So that's good. That's nice. That's a good one. I believe that you now understand the concept of artificial intelligence. If they ask me your sleep, if they wake you up and they ask you, right, you would know that, okay, it's basically just what? Mimicking human intelligence, right? There are a variety of ways That's why you now have the subsets of AI. All right. Now, moving forward to the case study that we have for today, leveraging AI in healthcare. So the first thing would be in making, or rather in processing data. So at the end of this session, so long you fill the attendance form, you get access to the slides, you get access to all of the materials and also the recording that we use, right, for today's session. All you have to do, right, is fill the attendance form that will be sent, or rather that my colleague has been sending previously to the chat. So ensure that you do that. So the first one is efficient data processing, right? Enables healthcare professionals to gain insight into patient population and then identify patterns. So let's say you work in an organization now and they want to understand, oh, in our patients, for the data we have on patients, right? So how many, right? What's the gender distribution? Do we have more males? Do we have more females coming to a hospital? Or do we need to, let's say, have like a specific service for males because why? They have like less visits to our organization? Or do we have less children? And so that's giving what? That's giving insight into what? Into that data, and that's going to help them make meaningful decisions. Okay, so now moving forward, in terms of what? Predictive analytics. That's the same way that COVID, right? Based off your body vitals now, your body vitals, right? And then information that has been recorded based off trends that have been noticed in your body pattern, right? We are not able to predict if you have COVID or if you don't have COVID. Okay, so moving forward, now personalized medicine and treatment plans. Okay, so still the same way. They understand your body patterns. They can now what? Streamline recommendations based off what? Right? Based off what has been noticed, that's based off your own data. So you see how innovative this is. All right, so let me mention again, if you are not speaking, please ensure you mute yourself. Okay, so we can follow along with the class. Right, so there will be a like separate section for you to ask your questions, and I believe that we'll follow along to this class. Okay, so now the final one will be what? Early disease detection and diagnosis. I believe we must have heard of this, right? So being able to what? Identify if a cell is cancerous or if it is not. Why? By images, by taking X-rays. So you see that, oh, leveraging AI in healthcare, like it's like a vast field that you need to tap into. Remember I mentioned at the beginning of this session, right? That's the advantage of you being what? A data professional. So once you have learned or acquired this skill, you can now what? Streamline it to different sectors. Right? So we've had participants working as what? A pathology analyst. You see a finance analyst, right? Why? Because what? They understand the foundational concepts, right? They've been taught and they've skilled themselves in the different aspects that's necessary. You're now what? You're now going back to what? Apply it to their different fields. Okay, so we'll be going to the practical session now. So what we'll be doing today, right, is the aspect of understanding what is happening in your data, right? So this is the first level, right? So we need to understand what is currently happening in a health organization, and then what? Try to generate insights based off what? Based off what the data is communicating. Okay, so I believe that we are following me, guys. Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good to go? 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 I need more responses, guys. I need more responses from us. Kingsley, I need you to calm down, right? We have a separate section for that. All you have to do is to be patient, and we'll take all of your questions. Okay, so coming to our case study for today, right? So we have a health organization. Now, this organization, they have like an orientation before they, let's say, begin their vaccine distribution process. Okay, so it's just as if they distribute or give out vaccines to patients, right? But before then, they'll have like an orientation section, and then they'll schedule you for when you come and collect your vaccine, right? So now you as a data professional, right? They're having like a review of all of their processes for the past year, right? So you as a data professional, you've acquired the skills as a seasoned data professional, right? They now want you, they've given you the data from April to June of 2016, right? And they want you to tell them or help them understand what is currently happening in this data set, right? Remember, with your skills as a data professional, you have been tasked to help them understand what is currently happening. You have been tasked to help them understand. I'll just have to mute you so you don't interrupt the session. Okay, so now you would see how you're going to leverage how you're going to leverage ChatGPT, right? Which is an aspect, which is generative AI. So generative AI just means that you're able to create new information based off right, patterns, or based off what has happened in the past, right? And that's a subfield of artificial intelligence. Remember, AI is just like the broader scope, right? So don't let it overwhelm you. Don't let it confuse you that what is AI? I don't know what it means. No, it is just being able to mimic human intelligence and then making life easy for us. So now in this session, right, we are going to see how you leverage ChatGPT, right, as a data professional. Okay, right. So you don't need to stress yourself. That's one thing we keep on telling you, that with the whole evolution that's going on, right? So life is now more easier for you, right? As a tech professional, all you need to do is just first things first, transition, right? So determine the field that you want to go into. Now, under the right guidance, right, you're going to excel in that field. Okay, so now, remember I said that you have been tasked as a data professional, right, to come and analyze their data. So they've called you that, we heard that, yeah, you're a professional, so you've done all of these things, right? So now we are entrusting this to you. Now, they have tailored questions that they want you to answer, right? I believe you can see this. Remember, I mentioned that all of the materials that we are using in today's session, right, we are going to have them. Okay, so it is for you. Now, they want to know, based off the number of appointments we had from April to July, right? Do we have more male appointments than female? They want to know that, right? So did more patients show up for the appointment as opposed to those that did not? So they want to see how efficient, right, was their whole vaccination process. Now you see what is the number of appointments per neighborhood. So they run vaccination across different states, right? So they want to know, which state has more appointments, right, scheduled. Now, is it that patients with scholarship or aids showed up for their appointment because they offer like a funding program where they sponsor you to come to the particular location where the vaccination is happening? I just want us to follow me, right? So you as a professional, they want you to answer some of these questions, and then we'll be seeing how ChatGPT is going to make life easy for us. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to write any code, but so we are going to use, okay, sorry, I think I'll just have to disable this. Yeah. So I think we are good. Right. So now we are going to see how ChatGPT is going to make life easy for you. Right. So that is you leveraging AI in healthcare. Okay, so we'll be going on to the practical session now. I believe, are we ready? Are we ready to code like professionals? Are we good? I need a response in the chat, guys. Remember I said I feel alone when we don't respond. I feel so alone when we don't respond. I need a response. Are we good? Are we excited to write code? Are we excited to write code? Are we good? All right, so let me just pull up that screen and we'll be good to go. Okay, so first things first, I believe I'll send this to the chat. Yeah, I believe I'll just send this to the chat, right? So what I want you to do, I want you to go to your browser, right? I want you to go to your browser, then type ChatGPT. Just open a new tab and then type ChatGPT. Exactly, Bukola, you're giving me the vibes. You're giving me the energy. Okay, so I want us to do that. I want us to do that. I want to go to your browser and then type ChatGPT, right? So all you have to do is to just ChatGPT and then enter. So you just have to now click on the first link and then log in. Okay. Then I want you to open a second page and type what? Collab. Right. So this is where we are going to write our code. Remember, they're saying everybody can code. So you just have to be under the right guidance. You don't need to be overwhelmed. You don't need to feel, oh, I have to spend like 5 years plus thinking about this. All right. So when you've opened ChatGPT in one tab, I need to go to the second tab and open or just type collab. Right? Then you could open the first one. Welcome to collaborative. Okay, so this is like the IDE that we'll be using. Now, I don't want you to focus on all of these technical terms. No. Our focus for today, right, is how ChatGPT, how AI is going to help you what in your analytics as a data science professional in the healthcare industry. Okay, and I want everybody on this call to participate in this. Remember, I said that it's necessary to carry everybody along. So I know that you are following me. So I know you've not left me behind. Okay, so when you click on collab, all you have to do, click on either the first one and let's see, file, or if this doesn't come up, right, you could click on file and then new notebook, or just click on what? New notebook. And that's just it. So the first one is ChatGPT, and then the second one is collab, COLAB. Okay, so there are two ways that we are going to do this, right? So if you can follow me closely, right? So at whatever I'm doing, you are replicating it on your end. But if you cannot, when we are done with today's session, right? So long you fill the attendance form, you're going to get all of the materials that we'll be using in today's class. Okay, so now coming back to our analysis for today. So if you go back to our slides, you notice that what they want you to find out if they have more male appointments than female, right? If this their vaccination exercise. Remember, I said I want ChatGPT to help my life. Okay, so this is me leveraging what AI, right, in healthcare. I'm not going to type any serious code. I want ChatGPT to just generate everything that I need for me and make life less stressful for me. Okay, so now, first things first, I've opened my ChatGPT. Then I've also what? I've opened my what? My Google Colab. Remember, I said this is just like an IDE, right? It's just an environment where you type your code, nothing too complex. So there's Jupyter Notebook, there's VS Code, there's Spider. It's not for you to be overwhelmed. So when you proceed with your learning journey, right, you will get exposed to different IDs that you can use. All right. So first things first, what I want to do is I want to bring in my data. For you to answer those questions, you have to have the data that you need for your analysis, right? So you need to bring in your data into your environment. Remember, I said there are two aspects to this. It's either you watch, right? Sit back and then follow me. When you get the recording, you now continue, or you can follow me now in class. All right. So the first thing that I would do would be to bring in my data. Okay, so now because this is Google Colab and then we are running on cloud, you have to what? You have to upload the data from your local machine, right, to this place. Okay, so what I will do is click on this, right? So let me just close this. Right. So I want to upload my data here. Okay, so just give me a moment. Let me stop this. Yeah. Right. So all I will do is click on this upload button. Then navigate to the location where you have what? That data. Click on it and then enter. It's a very, very easy process. Then just okay. Then wait for it to load. Right? Remember I said there are two ways to this. You can either follow along with me or you could practice this later. So now I'm sending a link to download this data set to the chat and to the charts. Right. So all you have to do is to just click on this and then it takes you to where you can download this data. Right. So remember the first thing that we did we are bringing this data in because we want to what? We want to answer specific questions. And remember I said, I am not going to write any complex code. I want ChatGPT to do that for me because I need to leverage AI. Right? I personally do not like stress, please. All right. Now, first things first. Okay. So what I will do now is I need to import libraries. There's something that we call libraries, right? In Python. They help you assess different tools that you need for your analysis. Remember I said our focus for today is on how you can leverage AI. So all of these terms that might sound so complex for you, don't worry about it. Even this write-up that we have here, right? Don't worry about it at all, right? Our focus is how you see AI help you in your analysis. All right, so if I come here and I type import, right? So Aslam, I believe you could send a message to the chat, okay? Or let's have you, Aslam. Let's have you before we proceed. Or you could send a message to the chat if you're unable to unmute yourself. Okay. All right. So now there are libraries that we need, right, for us to access different tools. Remember, I said I'm repeating this again because I believe some persons might be overwhelmed and start thinking, where will I start from? Where will I proceed to? No. Just calm down. When you get the recording, right, you can now start. So if your ChatGPT is telling you to log in, right, just log in and then use your browser. Just log in. It's a very, very easy process, right? Just click on sign up and then you'll be good. Okay, so first things first, I need to import certain libraries that I need for my analysis. So what do I want to import? I want to bring in pandas. Remember I said, don't feel overwhelmed. Just follow me to bring in pandas. That's one. Import pandas as PD. Now, just follow me closely. I'm repeating this for the 999th time. Okay, so now I'm going to import NumPy as MP, right? Then I want to import Seaborn. Okay, so let me just scroll. Import Seaborn as SMS. Okay, I believe I spelled this wrongly. Import Seaborn as SMS. Then what? Import matplotlib dot pyplots as PLT. Now, this as it's just as if your name is probably Ogene Tobe Chukwu's something, and they are calling you Toby. That's what all these short stuff are for. So you're saying anywhere I want to use pandas, instead of typing the entire pandas, right? Just type PD. Just call me Toby. Right? Anywhere you see NumPy, just type NP. Anywhere you see Steven, just type SNS. And that's just it. Right? Now, to run your code, all you have to do is when you click on this cell, is just to hold your shift and enter. Remember I said, okay, yes, run anyway. Shift and enter to run your code. So just click on that cell and then shift and enter. Just follow me closely, guys, right? We are almost at, and I know we are excited to see what ChatGPT will do, but we're almost there. Now, after importing the libraries that I need for my analysis, the next thing that I need to do is to what? Bring in my data, right? And there's a simple way to bring in this data. All you have to do is specify a container, right? I want to save my data inside this container called df. All right. Df is equals to pd.read underscore csv bracket then what's the name of the data. Remember, you don't have to cram all these things, right? Just calm down. To import, right? All I did, I click on this, right? That's to bring in my data first to this workspace. Then I'll click on this. When I click on this, you now have to navigate to the location where you have that data saved, right? And that's just it. Okay. Then the next step was to what? Load in, or rather, call the library that I need to access different functions. Now, if you notice, I'm using PD here. That's this pandas here. So instead of me typing all of the pandas, I am just typing what? PD, right? So now what I need to do is I want to bring in this data. Okay, so I'll just come here, click on this because I don't want to manually type this. Let me just click on this, right? Click on these three dots. Then what? Click on what? Rename, because I don't want to manually type this. I just want to copy everything. Control A, Control C, and come and paste it here. I don't like stress. And Control V. All I did, click on the three dots, right? Click on what? Rename file, so that I can get access to everything here, right? And then just paste it here. So I'm saying, oh, Google Colab, I want you to read this data here. And remember to run your code, right? It's shift_enter. Okay. Now, if you follow along and then you fill the attendance form, that's very, very necessary. You are going to get what? You are going to get access to all of the materials that we're using in today's session. Right? You're going to get the slides, you're going to get this notebook, and then you're going to get what? The recording for this session. Okay. Now, I've read in my data, right? So Google Colab or rather Python now knows that, oh, this data, this is what you want to work with, and then you've saved it in what? The container called DF. So if I want to view my data now, before I proceed with my analysis, all I need to do is to type df dot head, because I've saved my data inside this container called df. I'm just going to put my brackets and run shift and enter. Remember, first step, right? What libraries do you want to work with? Right? That's relevant to the analysis that you're doing. That's one. The second one, what is your data? You need to read in your data. All right. Then the next one would be, oh, let me just have an overview of the data that we are working with. Now, looking at this data, you can see your patient ID, appointment ID, gender, appointment date, and then the rest of the columns that we have here. Now, that's not coming back to this section, right? So as a data professional, if you have given, let's say, a project or you're working with a data set, the first thing that you need to do, have an understanding of what your data is, right? So after that, this comes after your business understanding. This comes after you know the problem that you're trying to solve, because it's from the problem that's where you proceed to the next stage. Okay, so now ensure that you are giving a data dictionary, because you can see age somewhere as, let's say, the age of a person, but in the context of the problem that you're trying to solve, that's the age of what? That's the age of, let's say, a car or something else. All right, so that is just what this data dictionary is for. It explains the different variables you have, right? And then tells you the meaning. All right, so we are going to the interesting part now. So if you see patient ID, appointment ID, then SMS received, that if they sent an SMS or they did not, then you'd see indicates whether the patient showed up or did not. Okay, so now, remember I said I'm not typing any complex code. I am not. This is the only code that I'll be typing. Everything else, ChatGPT is going to do that for me. And that's what we are doing right about now. All right, remember you were hired as a data professional to answer some of the questions, because I really want us to try this out on our end, so we see how profitable and how easy this is for us. So if I come back to the chart that we're working with, what's the question? Do we have more male appointments than female appointments, right? Than female in this vaccination exercise? Normally, you have to think of, oh, okay, how do I write this code and all? But because of ChatGPT, all I have to do, first of all, right, I can either copy this, or I'll just come straight to ChatGPT, right? So now, this is ChatGPT now. So when you now sign up for ChatGPT, okay, so I'm going to tell ChatGPT, oh, they've tasked me, oh, they want me to find what? They want me to find the proportion. Let's go back to the question so we have like clarity. They want me to know if we have more male appointments, right, than female in the vaccination exercise that was conducted. So the first thing that I want to do is I want ChatGPT, right? I want to give ChatGPT a context a scenario. So I want to write a prompt or a command so that's going to give me what? A response. And that's the thing with ChatGPT. If you, let's say, create a defined space, you give it a context, right? So it will be easy for you to get results. So when you go to your ChatGPT, all you have to do is come. I want you, ChatGPT, to act as a data science professional. Now, remember I said when you get this, let me just increase this so that it will be good for us, right? I want you to practice this on your end. Trust me, you'll be surprised. I want you to act as a professional, data professional. Then you can now proceed, full stop. Now you've created what? You've created a context, a scenario. Now, I have a data set with the following features, right? So that ChatGPT will understand what you want to work with. So all I will now do is come back to my data, right? Where it's then double click, or I can just copy the data that I have. I liked it. All I did was move your mouse here. I liked it. Put it down. Control C. Control C means you are copying. Okay. Now I'm going to come here. I have a data with the following features, right? Then I want to what? I have a data with the following features. That's the first context. Then you want to what? I want to provide a couple of questions, or rather, I have been tasked with a couple of questions. I have been tasked, right? I've been tasked to answer some questions. Some questions, right? I've been tasked to answer some questions. Now, can you suggest, or rather, first thing you type is, I will provide you with the question, right? So now, you are interacting with what? With ChatGPT, right? You are creating a conversation with ChatGPT, all right? So I want you to act as a data science professional, right? I've been tasked with some questions. Then moving forward, I will provide you with these questions. Now, however you write your prompt, that's on you, right? But you are interacting, you are discussing with ChatGPT. Now, I will provide you with these questions, with this in a moment, these questions, comma. Now, can you suggest the visualization to answer these questions? That's one, comma. Can you also provide me with the code, or rather with the Python code? Anyone works with the Python code for this visualization? And that's just it. I'll just send ChatGPT a prompt. Remember, the first thing that we did, we created a context after the data science professional. Then we gave it information about our data dictionary. Why? Because patient ID somewhere can mean patient ID, right? In another sector. Now, you're not giving your message, right? I've been tasked to answer some questions. I will provide you with these questions. Can you suggest the visualization to answer these questions, right? Can you also provide me with the Python code for this visualization? Then I'm going to just click on send message, right? So let's go back. So it's saying, certainly, please provide me with these questions. So I'm just going to come back here. All I will do is copy this question, Control C. Then I'm going to come back here and type question 1. Control V. That's what we copied here, right? This is question 1. And then I'm just going to send it. So you notice the detailed breakdown. Remember I said, I'm not going to stress myself to type any code, right? This is me now leveraging what? ChatGPT in my analysis. And it saves you time as a data professional. Okay, remember, you just need to have an understanding, that domain knowledge of what you want to do, right? While AI is helping your life. And this cuts across different sectors. So it's saying here, to answer these questions, right? You can create a bar chart comparing the number of appointments and this. But what we want is the code. Okay, so I'm just going to come here and let's say, remember, let me just copy this code now and come back to my sheet that we are working on. Right, this is where we're working on. So I believe the question would be, what's the question again? Let's see. Do we have more male appointments than female in this vaccination exercise? So do we have, now I'm inserting what? I'm inserting a comment, right? So just follow me closely. So insert a comment means that, oh, when I run this cell, I want Python to ignore that aspect, right? So I'm just going to type that question. Do we have more male appointments than female in this vaccination exercise? All right, then that code that we copied, I'm just going to paste it here on Jovi. But what do you notice? Remember that we read in our data. Remember that we imported this, right? So I'm just going to take them out. I don't need it. And also, you see that ChatGPT commented this as what? As a comment also. So it's saying, if you want to run this code, just what? Just ignore this one, ignore this, and only focus on all of these ones that are in, let's say, bold letters. So now, the way this code is copied and I've pasted it here, I'm just going to run Shift and Enter. Let's wait. That's just it. What you do is number of appointments by gender, right? So you can now clearly see. That means that for this vaccination exercise, we had more females than males, right? So instead of me coming here to manually type all of this, right, I can just type, oh, right, the insight, because the first question they asked me was, do we have more male appointments than female appointments in this vaccination exercise? So my response will not be no. So I cannot come here now and insert what? There's something we call a text. Just follow me closely. Remember, our focus for today is how you can leverage ChatGPT as a data science professional. Okay? All right, so can we hear me clearly? Let me confirm. I need a response if you can hear me clearly. Guys, can we hear me clearly, guys? Are we good? Are we good? Are we following me? Are we good? Are we good? Are we interested? Because I want you to, on your end, practice this, right? You'll be amazed. You'll be overwhelmed that, oh, I've been stressing myself all of this while, right? And when I can just make life easy for myself. So I'll come back here now and include a text that says, oh, from our data, right, comma, we can see that for the period of April to July for this analysis, right, females, we can see that females had more appointments for vaccination than the male gender. And then you'd see this. If I want to make it bold, I'll just highlight this and then make it bold, then run Shift and Enter. Very easy. So I did not go through the stress of manually typing this, but because I already have that domain knowledge of, oh, this is actually what this does. It's going to plot a bar chart for me, right? And that's just it. Then I can come back and say, oh, what if I want to see these labels on top of this, right? I can come back here and say, oh, I want you to modify the code above. I want you to modify the code above, right? Can you include the bar labels? Then give it. Let's see. Remember, you defined a context, first of all, as a data science professional. Right now, you're not giving it or prompting it, right, to help you solve your problem. Okay, so I'm just going to come back here. I like this. Control C. Come back. Where's my sheet, right? Click on this. Okay, sorry. Cancel. Right? Control V. Paste it. And then run Shift and Enter. Now, you can clearly see that, oh, for the females, we had 6,497 what appointments scheduled compared to the males that had what 3,502. So now, if you want to try this on your end, you can now go back and say, oh, these labels, can I see it as a percentage? Right. So now, however you want to what, however you feel that, or rather you assure that you will effectively communicate whatsoever question you are asked, you can then go back to ChatGPT and then say, oh, I want you to do this for me. I want you to do this for me. I want you to change the color. I want you to modify this for me. Why? So that you can effectively communicate that message. Because what you want to do, what's your sole goal as a data professional, is you being able to what, derive insights from what, from that raw data that's given to you. Okay, so you can now effectively communicate this to everyone. Let me mention, if you fill the attendance form, you're going to get access to all of the materials that we are using for this session. Now, I want us to take the second question, right? And then all of this will be your assignment to try it out yourself. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. I can still convert it to percentage. Let me copy this first. Now, let me go back to ChatGPT, right? Can you modify the code above? Can you modify the code above and convert the labels, that's the bar labels, to a percentage? Remember I said to get access to the recording, all you need to do is to fill the attendance form and you'll be good. Okay? Let me set this. Can you modify the code above and convert the bar labels to a percentage? Let's see. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to come back here. And then I'm going to copy this, highlight it, right? Control C. And I'm coming back here. Right. Control V. And then I'm just going to run Shift and Enter. Yeah. And then we have 64%, right, for male. And then we have what? We have the other percentage, right, for female. All right. So you can now come back and then document that, oh, for the distribution of what? Gender. This is it. So this is where domain knowledge comes into play. If you now check your code, if I now go back and check my code that, oh, do I have issues here? Right, then you'll not be able to now modify that code. But then ChatGPT has already solved the problem for you. All right. I hope you are following me. I hope you understand the context on how, or rather why there's a buzz around AI that, oh, is AI going to take my job, or is it actually going to help me solve a problem? Okay, so let's take the last question and we'll proceed. Okay. Now, remember I said I want you, see, you have like 1, 2, 3. I included extra 3 questions for you to try because I want you to try it out. Remember I said the first thing that you need to do, create what? Create a scenario, a context one, then give ChatGPT a clear understanding of your column features. You know, for data privacy reasons, you cannot just copy your data and then paste it in ChatGPT. You'll be breaching your rules for your organization, right? So ChatGPT needs to understand what you are trying to communicate. Before now proceeding to tell this, I want you to do this for me. All right. Then you now say, oh, do I have adjustments? Do I have modifications? Right? Do I need to change this? Do I need to edit this? And you'll be good. Okay, so Sandra, I think you came late, but what I'll need you to do, I need to fill the attendance form, right? So you can get access to these materials. And trust me, when you go over this recording, you'll be good. Okay, so now coming back to the last question. So I can just come back and say question 4, or rather question 2, rather not question 4. Question 2. Did more patients show up for the appointment as opposed to those that did not? So I'm just going to type enter. Let's go down. You'd see. Remember you mentioned at the beginning that I'm going to give you what? A couple of questions. So ChatGPT is expecting those questions from you. All right. So if you tell me to answer the question of whether this showed up, right, you can create a pie chart. Right. So now here is the Python code for that. All I need to do is you can either copy this or you highlight it. So I'm just going to copy it. I don't like stress. I really don't like stress. Then come here and type, oh, the question was more patience. More patience. Sure. Right? Compared to those that did not. Remember I said this in the comment. So it is ignoring this, right? So if I come back here now and let's say just run this as a code. Right? Okay, sorry, let me take this out. And then just run this as a code. What you notice, you get an error, right? But if I come here and include this hash, I'm saying ignore this. I don't want you to include that. I'm just going to come here, Control V, right? That's the code that I copied from ChatGPT. Okay. But now, remember we imported all these libraries before. So I don't need it. I'll take it out. That's just it. And then I'm going to run Shift and Enter. Let's see. Now, you would see no, 80%, and then you see yes, 19.7%. So from this chart now, right, you might want to say, oh, that means that 80.3% did not show up for this what? For this vaccination process, while just 19.7% showed up. But now, let me take you to why the data dictionary is very important. If I scroll back up, you'd see no show means that the person did not show up for the appointment. That's what that column means. I don't know if you are following. So if you are saying yes to no show, that means yes, this person did not show up for this appointment, right? But if you are saying no, that means you are negating that and you are saying, oh, that means this person showed up. I don't know if you get me correctly. That's why your data dictionary is very, very important, right? Let me just run this back. No show indicates whether the patient did not show up. So if you're saying yes to this no show, you're saying yes. That means this person, right, or this percentage of people did not show up for this exercise. But you're saying, but if you're saying no, that means no to no show. That means you're canceling it out. I don't know if you're following me. Are we following me? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? But that means you're saying, oh, that means this person, right? That means this percentage now, you're saying no to no show. That means this percentage, they showed up, right? If you're saying yes to no show, that means yes, they did not show up. But in this scenario now, that's where your understanding comes into play, right? If I show this to, if I give this to anybody, me explaining no show and yes to no show might be really complex, right? Maybe it might be too challenging. So and math will, I think I need you to pin this screen, right? I need you to pin this screen and then just check. I believe we can see my screen, right? I believe we can see my screen, right? Okay, so now as I was saying, so with your domain knowledge now, I can now modify this code that ChatGPT has given me, right? Just follow me. I want to do something. You see the change here. Just follow me, right? You see the change here. You see how or why after you've gotten your code, you still need to do your own finishing touches, right? Just follow me closely. Just follow me, guys. We are this last one, and then we are done. Dot map, right? Now, I don't need to think too much about the code. Don't think, I know some persons are thinking about it, right? Can we hear me? Can we hear me? Please, I need confirmation if you can hear me. I need a yes in the chat if you can hear me clearly. I need more responses, guys. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, thank you so much. Showed up, right? Just follow me closely, guys. We are going to see this change. Comma. Yes. Means they what? Did not show up. Did not show up. Now, I'm going to modify my code and change this to show. Remember I said, this is not, because as a data professional, you have to be able to effectively communicate whatsoever your data is telling you, right? So I'm saying, oh, anywhere you see no, right? That means no to no show. That means they actually showed up. But anyway, you're saying yes. That means yes, they did not show up. I want you to replace it. So I'm just going to run shift and enter. Now let's see. Where's my error coming from? The F bracket show. Dot map. Okay, no, this is wrong. All right, so this is supposed to be no show. Okay, so because I didn't indicate no show, yeah, I believe, yeah. Let me go back to my data dictionary again. Let's see if that's the, yeah. So no and small letter S, because Python is case sensitive, right? So let me tell you, anytime you get errors, you don't need to start thinking about your life. I just go over your code again and then shift and enter. So we can clearly see, right? So earlier, Abidemi, I sent a link to this data earlier, right? But remember I said if you fill the attendance form, you're going to get everything here. So this is now clearly explains that, oh, the response to our question, did more patients show up for the appointments as opposed to those? You now clearly see that, oh, from our analysis, 80.3% of our registered patients that we have showed up, right? While the other 19.7% did not show up. Now, going back to Abidemi's question, what your data dictionary is. Your data dictionary just tells you, oh, each of the individual features that you have, right? What does it mean? So, your patient ID, what does your patient ID mean? Your appointment ID, what does it mean? Gender, right? What does it mean? Because gender can mean something else in another context, right? Your appointment date, your age, your neighborhood, what does it mean? That's just what your data dictionary simplifies for you. Okay, so that's where this aspect of no show. No show means, oh, this person did not show. That's what I was explaining before. So if you're saying yes to no show, that means yes, they did not show up. But if we were following just this data dictionary, that's going to be so difficult because you will explain Kaya, no evidence, right? You explain and explain and explain, no evidence. That's where your domain knowledge has to come into place. That I want a scenario whereby anyway you say no to no show, map just means that I want you to then replace it with what showed up. Anyway you see yes, I want you to what replace it with did not show up. Remember, ChatGPT generated this code for me, right? I just need to what use my insight and then tweak it to suit what my analysis or what the question I want to answer is. So I need responses in the chat if you are going to answer all of these questions that we have by yourself. If you're going to do this, I need responses in the chat, guys, because we are done with this session. You have 1, 2, 3. Yes, I need a 1 in the chat if you're going to replicate this because I want you to experience this. And you're not just going to use it for only data science, for other aspects too, right? For other sectors too. It's now helping you as a professional, making life easy for you. All right, any more response? Because I want you to try this out so that you know that, oh, I don't need to spend 19 years, 17 years, or 5 years trying to learn this thing, right? If I just have like insight, right? If I have like an overview of what I want to do, I just need to prompt ChatGPT in the right way and we will be good. Okay? So remember I said, if you fill the attendance to this session, you're going to get everything. This notebook, the recording, the slides, and then you will be able to replicate this. So it's perfectly okay if you are, or rather if you don't have, let's say, insights into this. That's why we are having this masterclass session for you. That's just the truth. So you know that, oh, there's like a plethora of opportunities out there. You just need to have insight into what is out there. All right. So I need more responses, guys. We are like 90 plus on this call. And then I'm just seeing like just a couple of persons responding. Just a couple of persons responding. So Abayomi, I need you to join in with your audio so you can hear me clearly. Because if you don't, you'll not be able to hear me. All right. So no, I am not on mute. All right. So now we'll be moving on to the other aspect of this masterclass session. Remember I said that, oh, you are leveraging what? As a data professional, right? You have insights, you have like flexibility. Why? Sorry, can we hear me? Can
Yes,
we
we
hear me?
can
Can
hear
we hear
you,
me?
Grandma, very
All
well.
right, all right, all right, all right. So, Abayami, I think this has to be from your end. So you just have to look into it. Okay. Now, remember I said as a data professional, generally, all you have to do is to now apply those skills that you have learned into a specific sector. So in this scenario now, this is healthcare. I read engineering. What business do I have with healthcare? But I know the tools. I know how to use them. So I just need to now apply that to that project that I am working on. And then this is specific to different projects, right? Remember I said the first thing in any project is what your business understanding. But you don't need to feel complex. You don't need to feel overwhelmed about all these things, right? That is why we are here for you at 10 Analytics, right? So it always seems impossible until it is done. I have a background in this. I have a background in this. How will I transition? I don't even know how to rather how to put on a laptop. That's why we are here for you to guide you. All right. So you can have access, when you have access to this slide, you see how Shadi effectively transitioned, right? How Oluwatosin was able to move from having no prior knowledge, right, to being a data science professional and then getting a job, because that's the end goal of all of this. You want to get the ROI for your training and the time that you have spent learning. I don't know about you, but I like money a lot, bro. Like you would want to get the returns of your investment. All right, so just follow me closely. And that is why at Analysis we have the full stack data science program. So it is called a full stack because it cuts across what Excel, Tableau, SQL, Anaconda, GitHub, Fabric, and then Python, right? So just follow me closely. What this program entails, right? So it's not just now the aspect of you prompting ChatGPT, right? So you need that domain knowledge, that background understanding of, oh, what does master seed mean, right? What does pandas mean? Yes, I'm giving it a prompt and then it's answering the questions directly, but I need the understanding, right, of all of those codes. Yes, when I get that understanding, life is going to be easy for me. But first things first, you have to build that solid foundation as a data science professional. Now, your program overview, all of our programs are completely online. So you don't have to worry about, oh, how do I commute to the location, right, for this training? No, 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 no. So from the comfort of your home, you'll be able to what? Learn, acquire these skills, and effectively transition. Now we have hands-on practical session, and then we have like a detailed breakdown of everything that you'll be learning via our brochures. All right, so just follow me closely. I'll give you an overview. So how exactly do I become a full stack data scientist? All right, so first things first, you need to learn what? Statistics. Statistics is like the basics, the foundation of machine learning. All right. So even if I say all the time, if you did not do calculus, if you did not do probabilities, you didn't do algebra and the rest, that's perfectly normal because we are taking you from the basics, from the beginner 1+1 level. Okay. So you don't need to feel complex, or rather, you don't need to feel that, oh, what does median, mode, things that I did in preschool. Now, as an adult, I'm coming back to it. That foundational understanding, you're going to get that. All right. Now, moving forward, you're going to learn Tableau and Excel for predictive analytics. So, going back to our COVID scenario, right, that if we had a way to predict based off the vitals, based off the information of an individual, if they had COVID or if they did not, that's preventing them from taking too much salt water. Okay, so if we had a way to go about that, right, that's solving a problem. That's predictive analytics. You being able to project what is going to happen in the future based off information, based off data, right, from the past. Okay, so now moving forward, you're going to learn SQL. That before I even proceed to my analysis, how exactly do I get this data? Now, all of these things might seem complex for you, but just calm down. You don't need to feel that God, why me? This is just beginning of 2024. How do I proceed? No, that's exactly why we are here for you. Okay, so then you have the almighty Python. So you don't need to be scared that Python come and bite you. No, 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 no. So this is the learning process, right? That's one thing that I always emphasize on in class. Have an open mind. You have the right resources. You have guidance. You have professionals that would speak to you and help you grow. All you have to do is to be open to learning. Okay? Then you have what? Machine learning and computer vision. And then finally, you being a master data scientist. Okay, and then this is also a breakdown of this training program, right? Now you would see that it's a process. You're starting from the basics and then you are moving up the ladder as a full stack data science professional. And remember, I said there's this flexibility that comes with you being a data professional, right? You can work as a data scientist, you can work as a data analyst, you can work as a fraud analyst, you can work as a sales analyst, logistics analyst, and market research analyst. The same way you can work as a healthcare analyst. Why? Because you have that domain knowledge, you have that understanding of how to use those tools. All you need to do is to what? Apply to the specific fields, right? Or the industries where you find yourself. Okay, I hope that we are following me now, right? And remember, I mentioned that you might know how to do something, but there's no proof. There's no proof because I most definitely won't hire you if I know that you're going to turn my project upside down. No, I will not. Okay, so I need to know that you've worked on something synonymous in the past, right? I need to know that you are capable of handling this and you're not going to waste my resources or my investment. That's where your internship comes into place, right? So you're going to be working on projects. And then aside that, you are going to have contact with what? With past participants, like that have gone through the process, that were in that stage that you were before or that you're currently in, right? So they're going to mentor you and give you tips on how you can effectively transition to becoming a data professional. All right. That's aside your practical 1 month internship. Okay, so you'll be learning a lot. And I'm going to be saying this again. You're saying you need a change. You want to transition. My goals for 2024 is to make it in life. So this is a class for data science, Sandra. Right? That's why you have Python inclusive and then predictive analytics. Okay, so all you have to do, settle down and learn. Right? The only difference between you and that person you admire or that person that you look up to or that you are amazed at is what is the amount of knowledge and the experience that they've settled down to gather. So most times we are not really patient about learning. We're not really patient about acquiring skills that are relevant. Okay, so I need you to settle down and learn. So at this juncture, I will be handing over to Lawale. So Lawale, I am giving you the floor. And before I go, I hope you enjoyed class today, guys. It's been a while. I hope you enjoyed class.
I did.
All right, all right. I need a response in the chat, guys. Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Is we enjoy ourselves? Are we going to practice this when we get off the call? Are we going to ask ChatGPT questions? Interesting, interesting. That's good. That's good. That's good. So I'll just stop sharing so you could
Thank you
take
so
over.
much, Brima. That was a very enlightening session. Um, you really broke everything down for anybody that is really interested to understand. And I am actually motivated myself. I think I'll probably just
Come on,
join
come
one of your
on.
classes very soon.
Right.
Okay,
All
I'm
right.
going to share my
Nice to
screen
have you.
now. So Brian, by the way, I'm told one of our past participants is on the call, and they would like to share their experience.
Experience. Oh, all right.
Um, like they want to talk about why you should actually train with Analytics. So I don't know if you can help me confirm with Jedida if he's still on the call. Then we can just
All right, all right.
let him have the floor.
All right, all right. All right, no problem. I'll do that now. Okay. Okay, okay. So let me just confirm that.
All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for staying with us this long. So I would like to share a short story. Yeah, there is a reason why we have these master classes and invite everyone to join us. The founders of Tenalytics, they spent years in the industry trying to transitioning from their background in industrial chemistry, in economics into tech. But then some of us here would understand the power of mentorship. If I've done something in 5 years, there is no need for someone else to take the same route and do 5 years. Why don't we show them what they actually need to know and put that in about 4 months of training and make them a lot better than their predecessors. So that is what Tenalytics itself has been built on, such that you do not have to go through the long route to become a tech professional. And of course, we have intentionally chosen career paths in tech that would actually help you to transition a lot faster. One of them is data analytics, business analysis. We have financial analytics. We have HR. I'm going to be sharing more about those in a minute. While I wait for one of our alumni who wants to share a story with us tonight. Meanwhile, while I wait for him, I'll just go straight into some of our achievements in the past year. In 2023 alone, we helped over 850 people to transition from the classroom to get their first tech jobs in the UK, in the US, Canada, Europe, and Asia. Please, I want you to hold on for a second and let that sink in. 850 went from the classroom to their first tech job. This includes lawyers, doctors, people that were in care jobs, people that didn't have any prior experience at all in tech. And again, I'll go deep into why you should train with Tenalytics. These are a few things that we do to make sure that you are ready to start a job. Let me paint a scenario of a carpenter. So if someone that wants to learn carpentry, for instance, can spend the next 3 years going about learning carpentry, but then a mentor that knows what he's doing can actually show you that, okay, all you need to do is build a bed frame, build chairs, build tables, build chairs, and you're good to go. Then the types of woods, types of foams you need, types of nails, you can learn all of that along the line. So my point is, we teach you exactly what you need to know to actually start a job, to be ready for a job. We prepare you to get the job. Then on the job, you can always grow because even tech is always evolving. Imagine someone who started tech 5 years ago when there was no ChatGPT. If they don't keep upskilling and staying up to date, in this present age and time, they are going to be sort of obsolete. So in training with Tenalytics, first, our curriculum is up to date. For instance, like I said, what Brima just showed us here in last year, it's not even included in the curriculum. Yeah, so we update our curriculum by cohort. So there are things you probably learned, the January cohort is learning, but in February, we'll be learning something fresh because we are always up to date. And of course, we have industry experts with hands-on experience. Our facilitators are not people that just come to teach you and go back. They actually have their own jobs too. So they are bringing the experiences from their jobs to come and teach you on the weekends and of course on your drop-in sessions that you have. Then blended training to accommodate everyone. So we have something we call Watch Me Do It videos. We blend that in with classes. Your classes are going to be during the weekend, so it doesn't disturb your regular day-to-day. So on Saturdays, you are going to sit with an instructor. He's going to share his screen and show you exactly what you need to learn. By the way, I need to reiterate that our classroom has limited number of people. We don't want a classroom of 1,000 people and then you're not getting it, because we want to really carry everybody along. We are really intentional. So we have a limited number of 50 in each class. If that class is filled up, we move into the next class. So that way, in the training on Saturday trainings, we have the instructor showing you, sharing their screen, just like my colleague just, Brima just did now, share their screens and let you see how they do it while you do it yourself. And in that class, you can always stop them and be like, oh, I do not understand this. Then they'll go back again and make sure you actually get the whole point. Then then we have the watch me do it videos. So the watch me do it videos comes on Sundays. If you attend class on Saturday, you get watch me do it videos on Sundays. Those are pre-recorded videos that you can watch before the coming weekend, such that you are prepared to go along with the instructor by the next weekend. So you can watch that at your own time during the week. And of course, we also have drop-in sessions during the week. So for people who might not be, because we all learn at different paces, if you are not catching up fast enough, these drop-in sessions are opportunities for you to actually ask your coordinators one-on-one questions, or maybe things you've practiced during the week, and let them know that, oh, I do not understand this part. I don't know how to download Colab. I do not know how to log into my ChatGPT. Then you can share your screens with them, and then they will teach you how to go about this stuff. Then we have additional employability services. So this basically is where we help you do your CV revamp, optimize your LinkedIn, optimize your Upwork account in case you want to do freelance jobs and the likes. I'm going to dig deeper into these employability services in a moment. Then again, we also have internship sessions. So it is the sweet thing about what we do, which I believe you don't actually get in most other trainings, is that we don't just train you and leave you out there with the knowledge. We also give you practical work to do, such that you can tell a recruiter that I know this and I can do this, then see what I have done. Those are three different things. Yes, you know it, you can do it, fine, but then show me what you can do, where your evidence. So you actually have to have that evidence. So we have that internship program. So for your 4-month program, we have 3 months of extensive training, then 1 month that you do real life projects that you can be able to tell a recruiter, this is what I've done with this data. This is what I got. This is what so very practical internship. And of course, there are things that come off having this internship with us. And I'm going to speak more about that also. So with all of these things that I've mentioned, you are practically ready for a job. In fact, from the second class, we already encourage you to start applying for jobs. That way you are confident to actually get on the job and start as soon as possible. We know there is this imposter syndrome, sorry, that you feel like you're not good enough for the job. So that fear, we help you kill it as quickly as possible and get you ready for the job. So within 4 months, you're good to go. So there is a way we position you for success in the job market, and we have a 3-layered approach. This is to delve in more into the employability services I mentioned earlier. So there is the level 1 is the CV review, like I mentioned. If I ask people to share their CV, now a lot of people's CVs are just nothing to write home about. And the honest truth is, because of the way people apply for job now, and because of the way the industry has moved on in terms of improvements in data and the likes, if you are sending out your CV, if there's certain keywords are not on that CV, there are tools that HR use now that will just filter you out, basically. So you might be good, you might know what you want to do, but your CV alone, just because it's not well done, then you wouldn't even pass through the first stage of before a human. So the tool they use would already filter you out before a human would now look at it too. So we have this CV review sessions where we look at your CV one-on-one, help you check it out, make sure you do the right thing, put the right keywords that aligns with the career path you're moving into or the knowledge you have, and that helps you to be able to scale through the CV. There is this CV screening machines. Then you have the LinkedIn optimization. A lot of people have their WhatsApp optimized, they have their IG optimized, Instagram, they have their Facebook, but then their LinkedIn is nothing to write home about. As a professional, there is a way your LinkedIn should be optimized such that recruiters can easily find you. We have testimonials of students here that just because their LinkedIn profiles are well optimized, recruiters could just search for data scientists and then they show up and then they contact them. And that's even a better way for you to get a job. Can you please help me mute? Someone is speaking in the background. So your LinkedIn is optimized such that recruiters can easily find you. A lot of recruiters these days actually go directly to LinkedIn to find good prospects. So you have to be well optimized such that once they type in data scientists in a particular location in Ontario, in UK, you come up and then they can easily invite you for an interview without even having to necessarily send a CV. Now, Upwork optimization, this is another place where you actually get to do freelance jobs and get to gain more experience in terms of working remotely and the likes. So we also help you optimize your your Upwork account. If you don't have one before, we take you through the steps on how to create one and then help you optimize it such that it's easy for people who want to have maybe short gigs. All the things that you just see Prima do here is something you can do in 1 gig and get paid some good money in dollars for doing it. And a lot of people get this kind of gigs on Upwork. So we can help you sort that out also. Then also navigating the job market is not an easy thing. There is the part where you probably go into search in the wrong places, you're looking at the wrong job boards, you're looking at fake jobs. Yeah, we help you navigate all of that by showing you the right places that you actually need to be applying to so that you get jobs that are valid and are also going to help you move fast. Then, of course, this is the most interesting part as far as I'm concerned. There are more interesting parts, but this job interview, everybody has that fear when you want to go for an interview. Like, am I good enough? Can I answer this question? All of that will help you sort it out by having that one-on-one session with you. So you get an invite to an interview. You get in touch with us. We look at the job description. Then we are going to create that interview environment. Our facilitators will ask you the questions, drill you, and prepare you for that interview before you now go to the HR to talk to them. In most cases, we have seen some of our students say that most of the questions we ask them during the interview prep is what they exactly did. So imagine you already have an answer to whatever questions they want to ask. This is something we do to help our students succeed. Then, of course, recommendation letter. For someone who is coming from medicine and then transitioning to data science, or someone who is coming from a background in law, or just a businessman or an accountant, now you want to transition into tech and you trained with us, we give you that recommendation letter from Tenalytics saying that, okay, this person has done our training and they've also done our internship. So whatever it is you see on their CV, whatever it is they say they can do, whatever you've seen on their portfolio, they can actually do it. So we actually back you up with that recommendation letter to make things a lot easier for you. Then the second level that falls off of this is the weekly mentorship sessions. So like I said, there is nothing like mentorship in any aspect of life, as far as I am concerned, be it religion, be it education, be it your relationships. Mentorship is actually very important. The idea of a mentor is to help you cut your long journey shorter or make your long journey a short one. So the mentorship sessions actually come up weekly for you to actually ask questions. If you have any challenges, if there are any feedback from your previous interviews, things that you probably facing at your present, maybe you're doing some practicals or some personal projects and you're having issues, you can always drop in the session and then ask questions. So this is a continuous effort we do for even alumni also have some of these sessions just to keep you energized and good to go, cut your journey short. Then out on the job support. So we don't just leave you, we understand what it means. Like, let me use my analogy of a carpenter. So I want this guy to get out there quickly and start doing chairs and cupboards and the likes for people. And I give him that training in 6 months so that he's able to build a cupboard, able to build chairs. But then when he gets to the job, they're asking him what type of woods are available, what type of foams are available. He doesn't have that knowledge. So on the job support in this case is that you can always drop back in and now ask me like, guy, what kind of routes do we have? Then I can tell you, okay, there are this type of routes. In case your boss asks you, you can tell him you know about this. I can give you the link to where you can get them. So we give you on the job support so that we don't just train you and leave you out there or get you the job, and then you can always come back, ask questions, and we're always happy to help you and teach you things that you, little tricks that would help you succeed at your job and get your quick promotions. So if you're able to run through all of this with a lot of dedication, because one thing is you paying for the course, another thing is you coming to class, another thing is you having that dedication, because it takes a lot for you to say, okay, I want to own your life, to own the pools by the own and say, okay, I'm done with this mediocre life. I want to move to the next level. I want to be a data scientist. I want to earn this kind of amount as my salary. So if you're able to follow through all of this, what we can promise you is that you get an interview at least a month after training with us. Follow through all of this religiously. A month after your training with us, you would at least get an interview. And of course, many more interviews will come after that. And then finally, you get your job. So of all of this that we've always had in the past year, now we've had new additions to our program. One of them is the Body Mentorship Hub. In this scenario, we have over 850 people that have gotten jobs from our training. So we actually bring them back and we ask them to mentor students who are presently learning with us. This way to give them the support that they have. We build in a support system, help them connect, give them inspiration to actually hold on and tell them what they need to do. So this is not analytics again, talking to students. These are people that are former students now coming back to actually give back to the community. Yeah. Now, also we have the enhanced internship experience. So they are for data engineering and business analysis, for instance. Their internship is actually 2 months instead of 1, like you have in data analytics. So for 2 months, you're actually working like you're working in the office. You're working with colleagues. We pair you with some other students that are also on the same course, then students from other courses. Also, you work on real life projects. I mean, real life projects, not some mediocre projects. Real life projects that you can be able to show a recruiter that, okay, for 2 months, I actually did this and did this and did this. And this is what I have to show for it. So we don't, even for the portfolio, we show you how to prepare your portfolio, make it look clean and presentable for recruiters. Then finally, we are partnering with recruitment agencies across the globe, such that our students do not just finish and then we leave them out there by themselves to start looking for jobs. We actually be able to hand them over to some recruitment agencies that we are partnering with, so that these people can actually fix them in or help them grant them interviews for jobs that are available. So one thing is you looking for jobs yourselves. Another thing is you being handed over to recruitment agencies who are already looking for talents like you. It's not left for you to prove yourself from your own dedication. I tell people what you actually need to transition into tech is your laptop, your internet, and your dedication. Once you have those 3, then the sky is actually a starting point. Now, let me show you some of the projects you would work on. But before I go on, Brahma, do we have the students here? Or Jedediah? Can you hear me? Okay, I'll just proceed. I guess they'll call me in if he's here. So I have a student, an alumni actually, that wants to share his experience with us. So if he's here, I guess they will come shortly. So these are some of the real life projects you'll be working on. Hotel reservation case study, e-commerce case study, Danny and Sons electronics. So you don't actually get this from most trainings. They will tell you the basics, how to download this, how to do that, how to do, but then they don't give you real life projects. These are real life projects. We just change the name, change the data, and for you to be able to see what it's like in a day like this. We are literally putting you a day in the life of a data scientist. So these are real life projects that you'll be working on. We have something in real estate, an online project that will be working with e-commerce, a food and cold store, then customer segmentation using unsupervised learning techniques. So these are real life case studies that Brimer and the other facilitators will be taking you through. These are some of the projects that some of our participants have done in the past. These are computer visualization. So by the end of your training, you should be able to do things like this, and detection, and the likes. So as a data scientist, you have the opportunity to work as a freelancer, fully remote, and you earn in dollars. How to get remote jobs, how to get sponsored job. We'll show you more about that, but on this slide, you can always come and check out some stories that we have around there for you. Then these are job sites where you can always find jobs once you're ready. And like I said, we encourage our students to start applying for jobs from the first, second class. You can always go ahead and start applying for jobs because we already teach you based off just learning one tool with us, you learn that tool with a project. So you can always say, I can do this with this tool. So you don't have to wait till you're done and before you start applying for jobs. These are some of our facilities. Of course, Brahima just took you through a case study right now. Then we have our co-founder, Ifemina, is a data scientist with over 8 years of experience. We have Chinazam, he's a data analyst with DPD in Ireland. Then we have Obina here, also a data scientist with Monroe. Ibrahim here is a data scientist, machine learning engineer in the UK. Then we have Abdurrahman Yaniwura, a data consultant also. And then Emmanuel Arolo. And of course, we have so many more that you'll be meeting in the class. These are people with experience. They have their daytime job. They are not, I use the analogy of a pastor here. Sorry if there is any man of God on this, just an analogy. A man of God that is only in the church but doesn't do other stuff outside preaching. Yeah, it's different from one that does both and does both properly. So you can see men of God that can actually show you how the marketplace looks like. So these are people who are doing their daytime job, but then they bring all that experience, all that energy to pour out to their students and teach them, make their journey a lot smoother and easier for them. So, like my colleague mentioned the other time, it always seems impossible until it's done. So there are some success stories here I would like you to look at your own time. Sade, how she got her first job through our mentorship and training. She actually went from, she talked about how the interview prep, the review session and the mentorship helped her through our process rather. Then we have Oluwatosin here also. He's a fraud analyst in the UK. And our mentorship interview prep also helped him get a job. So for a data science course with Tenalytics, is presently going for $750. However, $750 or £625. However, we have a discount, and this discount applies for the first 20 people who are able to register. Like I said, we want to carry everybody along, so our classes take only 50. But we have discount for the first 20 people who are able to join the February cohort, which starts on the 3rd of February, as quickly as possible. For those who are able to join on this call, you are able to enjoy that discount that we are offering. So that discount is going to be $600 instead of $750. But before I go deeper into how this makes a lot of sense, if anyone here can actually remember or calculate how much they've spent on education from primary school to date, you probably have no idea. But then imagine you didn't have that education from primary school to date. Imagine how life could have been. Yes, a lot of people did well without education, so we can't, but then imagine, I can't imagine myself without the education that I have. I can't imagine, but then I also can't imagine how much they must have spent on me, from my parents until myself, when I became an adult, start paying consciously for courses. Now, if you think about all of that, look at how much you need to invest in your future. If you look by the amount, you probably wouldn't do much. But then look at yourself in 5 years' time as a data analyst, or look at yourself in 5 years' time as a data engineer. Yeah. So the investment that you put into it is something your future self will always appreciate and thank you for. So instead of $750, you're getting this for $600 if you're paying in dollars, and £500 if you're paying in pounds, and then $720 if you're paying in euros. This is a full payment. Or if you want to lock in your discount as quickly as possible, you can make a first payment at $450 or $375 in pounds, and then $570 in naira. This is a link to the payment. My colleagues are going to be sharing this with you in the chat. If you want to lock in your discount now, like I said, the discount is for the first 20 to pay. The class is for 50 people because we want to be able to carry everybody along in classes. So we don't want a class that's overcrowded. 50 people in class. This discount is for the first 20. So if you want to make the payment right now, just click on this link, which I'll be sharing with you now. And my colleagues who are going to help me share this link on the chat. If you need to ask any question, you can also ask them. If you see anyone drop this link in the chat, ask them questions that you might have. So if you're about to make payment, let me just show you what this link looks like. I'm going to open that now. Okay. Please confirm if you can still see my screen. If you can see, you can still see my screen, yes?
Yes, just your slide.
Just my slide?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I think I'm out to share. Okay, I'm trying to open.
Okay, so all right, we can see your profile.
Okay, I'm trying to open the main stack. So if you want to make payment, this is loading out. So I want to show you how you can make your payment quickly and then upload your payment information so that we can fix you for the February cohort. All right, I guess I'll come back to that. Let me just go to the slides again. So like I mentioned, the first 20 is going to have enjoyed this discount, and I'm already counting. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. I have 3 people already. So I have 17 more slots for the discount I shared. Let me show it again. So if you're paying in dollars, 600, if you're paying in pounds, 500, and then if you're paying in naira, 720. But you can make that first payment to lock in your discount. I already have 3 people coming. So I have 17 more slots to run this for the February cohort. These are the account details. You can take a screenshot to make the payment now. But for those who have been able to proactively go to that link, I've already seen 3 payments coming now. So you can take this screenshot. You can do a bank transfer in naira to Fidelity Bank. Then go to that link and see how you can upload. Or you can actually send a direct message to myself or Brima, and we would help you out with get in touch with the admissions lead to follow up on your payments from there. If you are paying from the UK, this is the transfer details, and then you can reach this number on WhatsApp to hold your hands through the registration process. It's actually something you can do by yourself, but in case you need someone to help you out, you can reach out to me, reach out to Brima, or reach out to this WhatsApp. Anybody that has the Tenalytics on their name, they would be glad to help you regardless of their role in the company. They're glad to mentor you through the process. What else do we have there? Yeah, once again, it always seems impossible until it's done. I'm going to share the story of a few of our participants. This is Abigail. She was on our session yesterday. You need to see the smile on her, how happy she was. She went from knowing nothing about tech to becoming a business analyst in Edmonton, Canada. Of course, I mentioned Shade earlier. Then Benga in Poland, he said he spent 2 years without a job, but then with 10 analytics, they will prepare him for his first tech job, and now he's a business data analyst in Poland. Biola too, yeah, transitioned to tech without no background in tech at all. Now he works with the financial giants in the UK. So it's actually easy to get 2-3 people to run a testimonial for you. But then if you go to our YouTube video, our YouTube channel, you see more than 100 different testimonials there for you to peruse. Now, if you're some of other courses we have business analysis, financial analytics, data analytics, and of course, HR analytics. And this is just the average salary that you get for some of these jobs in in the following countries. A business analyst in the UK is earning as much as £52,500 on average. In Canada, over $74,000 in average, and in the US, $85,000. You can take a screenshot of this just to look at it properly and then measure it in regards to how much you'll be investing and see your future self. Thank you for investing in them. This is what a full stack data scientist is. So if you want to use all that Primer has just taught you to make some money for yourself as a professional. In the US alone, this is the average a data scientist earns in the US. Data engineer earn over 134,000 annually. Scrum, we also have courses in programs in Scrum Master and cybersecurity, and everything follows the same pattern. 3 months of extensive training that is basically what you need to do to get the job done, and then 1 month of intensive projects, work on real life projects, up to 6-7 projects that you can actually show with your CV. Like, this is my CV on one hand, this is my portfolio on the other hand. So your knowledge on one hand, and then what you can actually do with that knowledge on the other. That's what actually prepares you for a job. More testimonials here from our past students. Like I said, on our YouTube alone, we have over 400. Vaughan here was a medical doctor. Let me go back to Vaughan. Tammy Vaughan, a medical doctor now, sorry, a lawyer rather, sorry. A lawyer now, a business analyst. Ramat landed a business analyst role in UK with full visa sponsorship. Michael here, also a sales engineer in a software company in the UK after he finished our program at Analytics. Idris landed a job at Jaguar Land Rover as a data engineer after training with us. We have more and more like that. Sonia, HR analyst in the UK, immediately after. Actually, what happened with another interesting story about Sonia is the fact that she's one of those that did not really apply for that job. All she did was optimize her LinkedIn profile, and a recruiter actually reached out to her, and that's how she got her job. Then we also have Victor Yeshino here, and many more interesting stories. So when you get this slide, you can just by yourself click on this thing and it takes you to the YouTube to actually listen and hear from the horse's mouth. So like I said, in our mentorship session, and then in our body mentorship that we just introduced this year, all of these guys, they are willing to give back also because they know how much impact this training has made in their life. So they are willing to give back. So they are going to come back and drop in with our present students, show them what they need to know, show them how they made it through, how they'll be able to easily transition, and show you the ropes so that it makes your journey a lot easier. We are building our whole structure around mentorship, hold everybody's hands and pull someone up along the way. Yeah, this is more stories about past alumni and a lot of stories. Yeah, all these stories we didn't get them for free. They were worked on by they were stories that were worked on by from people that actually gained from what we are doing at 10 Analytics. Yeah, these are charts that they had with us to show their joy and unhidden emotion for getting jobs at 10 Analytics. So these are a lot of stories that you can actually resonate with. Our friend here, Utman, actually got his job as a business intelligence officer at NHS UK. The interesting thing about Utman is that his elder brother, was the one that actually knew about 10 Analytics, and he said he wanted his junior brother to learn to join our program, our data analytics program. And trust me, all he needed was Excel. Yeah, there are other trainings, SQL, Python, but Excel was all he was asked to speak about or show them how he could use, and he got a job with NHS. So this is someone that didn't even know about the program. Someone else did and introduced them, and he got a job immediately after our program, and he's doing well for himself. So there are a lot more success stories here that I would like for you to look at. This is Abdul Rashid. He got his data science role at Chow 24, and he's working even directly from Nigeria here. He's also someone that is willing to give back to the community, give back to the students. So you might meet him along the line as a student. So our achievements to date, like I said, last year alone, we helped 850 people transition from the classroom into their first tech role. But all the times that we've started 10 Analytics, we've helped over 2,000 people to transition from the classroom. And our targets, we are not even near our targets at all for the people in Africa and in the Black community, because we can't continue with menial jobs and the like. So we want to help as many people as possible into tech roles. So these are some of the companies where some of our alumni work. Yeah, we have a host of them in different companies in Africa and also across the globe. We appear in so many publications, Punch, Business Day, Nairametrics, and the likes. So if you're ready to gain premium technology skills, 10 Analytics is your plug. We are here to help you out. We are here to give back, we are here to mentor you, make that 2-year, 3-year journey of learning, we are able to streamline that into 4 months of active learning and internship that would help you get ready to actually get a job. We're not just giving you the knowledge, we're getting you ready for a job. So once again, now I think now I have 5 people who already made payments. So the discount is for 20. So I have 15 more people, 15 more slots for the discount. So I can just go straight back in case you need to take a screenshot. In case you need to take a screenshot of the amount and the payment details. So you can actually join these people and make your payment. So this is the account details for the UK and then in Nigeria. In case you're outside the UK or Nigeria, maybe you're in Canada or you're in the US, then you can click on this link here. Let me see if I can show you. Okay, so you can actually click on this link to make that payment. So you can take a screenshot, click on this link. Also, if you need any information, like I said, you can reach out to me at olawale@10analytics.org, or you reach out to Brima at 10analytics.org. You can reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram. You can chat with us on these numbers. If you see anybody with a 10Analytics badge on the charts, just reach out to them, and anybody at all, we are ready to direct you, show you what you need to do to get in the class. So our next class starts by February 3rd. I wouldn't want you to miss out on that great opportunity to change your story by yourself. Yeah. Thank you so much for holding on for this long. If you're registered or registered for the form that was shared with you, we're going to share this screen with you. Remember, Brima asked you to do some assignments based on what she has shown you so far. So please look through that, and you can always shoot us an email if you want to ask questions. Send an email to inquiries. This number again, you can take a screenshot. Either of these two numbers, you can always send a message or call. Someone is going to pick your call or respond to your WhatsApp messages. You can visit our website to learn more about our courses, download our brochures, see new updates as regards to what we're doing. And again, Tenalytics on Instagram, Tenalytics on Facebook, Tenalytics on TikTok, Tenalytics on LinkedIn. You can always shoot us a message. We'll be there to answer whatever questions you might have and help you on that journey. All you need is 4 months of dedication, and then you're good to go. All right. Brima, I don't know if you have any last words for your awesome students, and
Okay.
you can call it.
Right. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Olawale. So I think somebody's hand is up. That's
Okay.
Anselm. Yeah. Anselm, do you have like a question for us? I know some persons sent messages to the chat already, but I believe that has been responded to. But I think
Okay.
Anselm, you can like unmute yourself and then speak before we call it a day.
All right.
Okay, so let me also mention, so I saw a message as regards the timing. So we have 2 sessions running for the data science program, right? The North American session and then the Europe session. So the North
Okay.
American session, or rather the Europe sessions, first of all, spans from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. WAT, right? That's 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. WAT. That would be 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. BST, that's UK time. Okay, but the evening session runs from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. WAT. So that would be 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. EST or so. Okay, so you just have to decide which one works for you. All right, so there's like flexibility in your learning. Okay, so you should not give yourself the excuse that, oh, okay, so it's morning in my time zone and then I cannot really join. All right, so I mentioned earlier, what differentiates you from the person that you want to be is the amount of knowledge and the amount of skills that you have acquired. Okay, so this is just like an opportunity for you to learn, for you to grow. And then one intriguing fact is, or one reality is, time will always go by. That's just the truth. So irrespective of what you do, irrespective of what you do not do, or if you take actions or if you do not, January is almost over. And before you know it, we'll have February gone, and then we are like in the mid part of the year. Okay, so this is just an opportunity for you to learn. And as I mentioned before, if you fill the form, you get access to all of the resources that we have used in today's session. Okay, so that's basically all from my end, right? So Anselm, your hand is still up. Do you want to unmute and speak up, or you want to send a message to the chat? All right, so I don't know if that's a mistake, but that's all from my end. And we are
Okay.
looking forward to having you with us at Tenalytics. Okay, so that's all from my end. Olawale.
Thank you so much, Brima. So one last thing, I'm going to drop my email in the chat. You can just shoot me a message if you have any question. I'll be happy to answer them personally. So my email is up in the chat. All right. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for staying this long. Thanks for your patience. And trust me, your time and the energy and the efforts you've invested will be well worth it. You get the slides for you to peruse at your own time. Go through the videos and listen to people and their journey, how they've made it through from wherever background they have to their first tech career job. Thank you so much, and see you some other time. But see you in class, rather. Yeah, see you in class. All right, take care. Bye.